All right, obviously not the way we wanted to finish the season off. Appreciate the effort, the preparation, the process that our team put in this entire season. That's the kind of thing that we can build off of, which we're going to have to. And I appreciate their effort, appreciate their work, and obviously nothing much to report injury-wise. And other than that, I'll let you guys go ahead.
Did you, I guess, hear the news yet on the other front about the Buffalo game? Does that provide any small silver lining?
Yeah, I did. I'm obviously aware. You know, I saw it right before I came in here. Those aren't things that are exciting, truthfully, from my perspective. Not where I want it to be this year, not where our team wanted to be. You know, those are the things that you get when you're not playing well enough, and that's where we are. And yeah, not something I'm going to take a whole lot of solace in, but we'll move to that phase starting tomorrow.
Is there any relief in just having the season come to a conclusion after what it's been?
No, there's no relief to it. I'm ready for a bit of a break, if we're being honest, but not relief. I've enjoyed the process. I think it's been a long journey from the time I got hired till now. There's a lot of things that I've learned, and hopefully a lot of things to improve on, obviously. And but no, I don't sense any relief in it. I've actually very much enjoyed the season and the process, but a lot of things that got to get better, and I could definitely use a bit of a break, though.
Obviously talk with the team tomorrow, but what would you kind of tell them last time in the locker room today?
Same thing I just opened with, that I appreciate their effort. They never at any point deviated from the process that they had every week. We had energy in practice, we had focus, guys prepared. So those are the things that I appreciate. And those are the things that are going to help us win games in the future. That stuff matters. That's all a part of the process that we have to keep building on. And I just told them that I appreciated all the things that they put into it. I know how much they put into it. Not the result we wanted to finish with, obviously, at any stretch or the record. We got to do everything we can to not be here again.
I know this is fresh for you, but it's just over. But would you say this has been the most frustrating football season you've ever experienced?
I mean, it's up there. Anytime you only win 3 games, we had one in Cincinnati very similar to this that felt very similar. There's not a whole lot of fun in that. It's a grind, and you got to work, and you got to keep coming back every Monday, and you got to keep swinging. And I think our team did a great job of that. Our coaching staff did a great job of that, of every Monday coming back in and picking back up and trying to go find a way to win. And it's a long season when they go like this, and a lot of things we got to keep improving on so we don't have to feel this way again.
How did you decide to go to Will or Mason? I mean, what was your process today in picking which one went out?
Just letting them play a little bit. They both took a couple series consecutively, and then let Will take the end of the game. But, yeah, I was just letting them play, have them try to get a little bit of a rhythm going, and let them both have opportunities to go play football.
Why did you want to go with Will at the end?
I just felt like he had earned the right to go finish the game off. So, yeah, I just thought it was the right thing for him.
Couple of minutes as you were.
I'll come back.
Those last couple of minutes as the clock was ticking away, what was going through your mind as you were? Was it reflecting time yet, or was it just?
Not yet. Not yet. That'll be for tomorrow and the weeks to come. After that, we'll plenty of reflecting. I reflect pretty continually throughout the season, just on each week as it goes by. Things that were good, things that I could do better, things that come up. So there's kind of a sort of constant reflection, and I'll take a step back and look at the totality of it all, starting this week. And you got some weeks to step back and refresh and get some perspective, and find out where we got to go, and then attack that like crazy this offseason.
You guys had a couple of fourth down opportunities there. I guess 4th and 2 in a red zone, and I think in their side of the field too.
Yeah.
The fourth down. Why not go for those in that kind of situation?
Just try to stay disciplined to what we were looking at from our book wise. A 4th and 1 would have been a go. 4th and 2 was a kick. So just following through on the same advice. And so we took the points when we were down on that 4th and 2.
Play you got to Ridley got over 1,000 for the same play of Nick Westbrook, any player in this season?
No, actually a little bit different. The one of Nick Westbrook was a 2-man combination. It was a kind of an out route, a pressure route by number 2 that freed up Nick. This was just a true kind of 4 verticals. Knew we'd have a chance to go throw one up to Rid, and knew they were going to try to be aggressive and sit on it. So we just tried to run by him, and it worked out well. Rid made a really nice catch.
How much do you think throw to Tay Martin?
I'll come back, Paul.
Was that intended for Tay, or was that intended for Bryce? They were both right there in the area.
Sure. No, it was intended for Bryce, and Tay ended up in the area and made a hell of a play. So sometimes you find yourself in those spots, and he made a play on the ball.
Brian, I know that there was a lot of guys that, have dealt with injuries throughout the season. Jeffrey Simmons looks like he's been beat up, had both those elbows taped up. What does it mean to have the leader of this team, the captain, to be out there and play really from start to finish?
That's hard to do in the NFL, to play start to finish in 17 games. We've had a handful of guys that have done it. To have one of our best players be that guy, to keep showing up for his teammates and keep showing up for the team and the organization, means a lot. It means a lot. It is not easy to play that position for that many weeks in a row and not miss any time, but he's been a pro, and he's fought through every week, and he's shown up every week, and that's what you appreciate about how Jeff conducts his business, is that every time he steps between those lines, you get everything he has, and he gave it all season.
Knowing it's fresh, just big picture-wise, what do you imagine the number one pick, or what that can turn into, can do for a franchise where you are in terms of injecting you with either a premier talent or the picks that might result?
That's the way the league's designed. It's designed to continue to allow the teams that don't play as well to have chances to continue to improve their teams. And that's why the draft has always been the way it is. The order is why the teams with the worst records pick at the top. It's not a position I'd ever want to be in again, but there is the benefit of that, as it does open up some opportunities for you to try to improve your football team. And not only that you get the first pick, you get the first pick in the rounds after that as well. So you do have a chance to improve your team. I've seen it done. I've been a part of it. It is the one bonus to a season like this, and again, not one I ever want to be a part of again. But we are here, and we'll use it to our advantage to improve our team as best we can.
What will tomorrow look like for you?
Be a lot of meetings with players on their way out. I won't get to meet with everybody. I've met with a couple guys over the last week as well, just to touch base, to try to make sure I hit all the guys I need to talk to. Bunch of player meetings, and then I'll start meeting with the coaching staff individually over the next couple of days as well. So we'll get all our end-of-season evaluations done, all of our meetings and evaluations of staff and all those things, and move on to the next phase, take a little bit of time off, and come back ready to roll. The All-Star games are in a couple weeks, and that's where our focus will turn.
Have you meeting with the front office and with ownership regarding this team going forward?
Yeah, we'll meet probably once I get through all the players and coaches. That'll be the thing. We'll finish the week with those meetings to make sure we're all on the same page with where we're headed. But I'll get all the normal postseason meetings and evaluations out of the way over the early part of the week, and that'll usually be the finishing part of the week, somewhere around the end of it.
Belabor, I guess, the question, but it sounds as if you're feeling confident going into those meetings that, as far as you know, everything is a go.
Yeah, I keep showing up. That's all I got control over. So I'll be ready to roll and ready to attack the offseason.
This team, as it stands right now, do you believe this team can become a winning football team, or is there going to have to be some serious changes in this offseason?
Oh, absolutely. I think we can be a winning football team. I think if you look at the things that we can control, that we can improve, the turnovers, the penalties, the negative plays that we had, sacks are part of that. There's a lot of things that we can improve coaching-wise. There's a lot of things we can improve schematically that I think will allow us to be a competitive football team. And we were competitive in games this year that we had opportunities, and we found ways to lose the game, which is, that's what we got to stop doing. We got to find ways to protect the ball better, less penalties. And we're going to put ourselves in better position. Obviously, keep adding as many good players as we can add, and I think we have a chance to be a really good football team. And we just got to keep building that process as we go along. But I got a lot of belief in the guys in the locker room, the players that are here, the players that we'll end up adding at some point. We're just going to keep building, and I got a lot of confidence in where we're headed and how we're going to get there.
Pretty good. I mean, missed a couple throws. Always tough throwing in the rain. That first one was tough. Came out a little weird, and then I missed the one to Josh. Other than that, I thought I played pretty solid.
How would you characterize this season for you, kind of in a nutshell?
All over the place. I feel like I've gone through the gambit of what an NFL quarterback can experience in a season. And, in those moments, whether it was getting hurt or just losing tough games and kind of just putting your hands up and being like, why has this happened to us? And getting benched, I feel like in the long run it's going to be really, really good for me. And I feel like nothing's going to surprise me going forward. So what can feel like a curse at first, you can look back and look at it as a blessing. And I think later in my career, that's what I'm going to look at this season and think of.
What's going to be your mindset?
Still feel like you have a future here?
Yeah, oh my goodness. I mean, I want to be the quarterback for this team the rest of my career. I can't control who makes those decisions. I'm I played for an audience of one today, and I can't really think of anything else happening outside of what I can control. So it was a hard year, and now it's going to be a hard couple months kind of trying to feel out what the heck's going on. So, glad that I was able to kind of end it on a decent note here, and we'll see what happens.
What's going to be your mental approach going in, to the off season? Are you going to go in thinking, hey, I'm going to be the guy next year?
Oh, I mean, it depends on the conversations I have, with Rand and Brian. That's kind of something that came into my head like a few weeks ago. For that, I mentioned that 48-hour period where I was kind of in the depths of it, and at least now I can kind of clear my mind and start having those conversations and getting the answers that can kind of clear up some of those questions. So, like I said, I mean, I feel like I'm the quarterback for this team, and I can bring us to the levels we want to get to. But it's up to them to make that decision.
Well, I know you guys love to play football, but in some ways, you're feeling a relief that this season's over and you can start again next year. Obviously, things are going to look a lot different. But what's the feeling you guys walk out here today?
No doubt, it's a big breath of fresh air. I mean, just taking the deep breath and kind of thinking about everything that happened this year and being able to move on and recuperate, mentally, physically. I went through so much stuff in my body this year on top of everything else a lot of people don't even know about, and the shoulder being the most mentally and physically anguishing and just annoying thing I've had to deal with as a quarterback, and on top of everything else, like I said, I went through it all. So nothing's going to surprise me going forward, and we'll see what the future holds.
Will, have they given you that same level of confidence when you say, I feel like I'm the quarterback for this team in the future, as the coaches or front office giving you that vote of confidence also?
I haven't been able to have those conversations yet. Like I said, that'll be ones that I'm looking forward to have. Obviously, this year I didn't do enough to gain the trust that I would have liked to, but I know that I have what it takes, and I know that I'm seeing things at a level that are able to operate this offense at its highest level, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to hopefully have some continuity in an offense for the first time in my career.
Will, is your shoulder good? Is your shoulder good, or do you plan on having any kind of cleanup surgeries or anything in the offseason?
I don't know. I have to get it reevaluated. I redid it a couple weeks ago, so they said you got to let it kind of set and heal 5 weeks or so. So I'll get it looked at. Hopefully I don't have anything to do, or hopefully I don't have to do anything to it. We'll see. I got a few things to check out.